Diller-Odell Griffins coaches corner of service to the State Bank of Odell and Sutton Repair.
The State Bank of Odell, proud supporters of Diller-Odell activities, wishes all teams, clubs, and groups good luck this year. For all your banking needs, including internet and mobile banking, stop in or give them a call, 402-766-3720, or online at statebankofodell.com. That's the State Bank of Odell, member FDIC. Sutton Repair in Odell can work on all makes and models of cars, trucks, or vans. With over 45 years of experience, their ASE certified technicians can get your vehicle running in top condition. All engine work, including transmissions. They offer a 25-point inspection on all oil changes, computer diagnostics, and new tire sales. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. Small town service, big time know-how. Sutton Repair in Odell.
Joined now by John Moore, head coach of the Diller-Odell Griffins girls basketball team. John, first off, welcome back into the show. I guess before we get too far into it, how many girls do you have out this year, and who's back, and what are we kind of expecting, I guess, from the season?
Okay, Max, glad to be back talking to you, but we have 14 girls out for basketball, and we only lost one senior from last year, and she was a good one. She was Carly Heidemann, who is now playing volleyball at Montana State. But we do have a lot of returners. We have a transfer that came in from nearby Tri-County who's a senior. So I feel like this year compared to last year, we are more, let's say, more experienced. Majority of our players will be juniors and seniors. And, we got 4 returning starters, or at least part-time starters who are back this year.
And with that returning numbers, from the coaching standpoint, does that feel like you can start maybe a little deeper into the playbook here early on?
Yeah, I think they picked that up pretty good. And but we don't want to overwhelm them at first or anything like that. So we're gradually expanding the playbook as we get into our, fourth week of basketball right now. But, they seem to pick stuff up, and it just seems like we're playing a little bit faster so far earlier in the year.
And talking about a fast start, your girls have jumped out to a 4-0 record here early on in the season. How have you felt they've competed in those contests, and what do you take away from, I guess, if you look at them overall as a whole?
Well, we've done well. Obviously, you start off 4-0. You can't be sad about that. But we've had some teams that we should have been able to beat. I know Thayer Central, our neighbor to the west, it was a good game. We ended up winning 52-50, and that came down to the wire, but we were fortunate enough to win that. We have some tough games coming up, before the Christmas break, starting tomorrow night at Johnson Brock, who is a ranked team in Class D1. But I feel like we played well at times. We still have to improve some things and get a little bit more consistent in some areas. Maybe not fouling as much, maybe hitting open shots a little bit more when we have a chance, playing a little bit more consistent defense. But overall, I've been pleased, and we'll see how things work out the last 2 weeks of the pre-Christmas season.
I kind of wanted to ask you about Miley Weirs. I had a chance to watch you guys last year versus Hanover, and she dominated, I guess, that game. How do you plan to create a complete team around her this year?
Right, and Miley started off well. She's averaging, 26 points through the first 4 games, and obviously she's our go-to point guard, and she kind of keeps us under control. The experience factor. I think some of the other girls on the team have stepped up, and they played with Miley for a long time now, and I just think they're more confident in their games. And so, yes, you're absolutely right. We got to have a little bit of help offensively along with Miley, and that will make us a harder team to defend. And so far, we've scored a lot of points this year. We've been in the 50s or higher in each of our 4 games, and that hasn't always been the case. So I think some of the other girls have stepped up. Now, can they do that against some tougher opponents? That's what we're going to find out in the next couple of weeks. And so I guess, you asked the question, and I'm waiting for the answer.
Well, I'm looking forward to chatting after break, John. I think that's when I'll catch you next, but that's all for today I have for you. Again, joined by John Moore, head coach of the Diller-Odell girls basketball team. I appreciate the time as always, John. Best of luck here coming up with this fun little stretch you got, and we will just chat later on throughout the season.
All right. Thank you, Max, for covering us. Appreciate it.
Diller-Odell Griffins, Coach's Corner of Service to the State Bank of Odell and Sutton Repair.